Shalom. Thanks for joining me. Numbers chapter 13. And again, it's continuing on where Moses is reiterating and repeating all the law that had previously been given under the book of Leviticus and also in Exodus. And now he is repeating all of these laws as a final part of his life before Israel crosses the Jordan and begins to take the land. So they are on the plains of Moab, which is on the east side of the Jordan River. And so beginning in verse 13. Chapter 13. Everything I'm commanding you, you are to take care to do. Do not add to it or subtract from it. If a prophet or someone who gets messages while dreaming arises among you and he gives you a sign or a wonder, and the sign or wonder comes about as he predicted, when he said, let's follow other gods, which you have not known, let us serve them. You are not to listen to what that prophet or dreamer says. Adonai, your God, is testing you in order to find out whether you really do love Adonai, your God, with all your heart and being. You are to follow Adonai, your God, fear him, obey his mitzvot, listen to what he says, serve him and cling to him. And that prophet or dreamer is to be put to death because he urged rebellion against Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you from a life of slavery in order to seduce you away from the path Adonai, your God, ordered you to follow. This is how you ought to rid your community of this wickedness. By the way, remember recently, previous chapter 11, we talked about the warning about being seduced to worship other gods. Here's an example of how that can happen. Someone who claims to be a prophet, like Moses, and can perform signs and signs and wonders come true, like Moses. But the content of the message is, it's okay if we worship these other gods. Can't you see how God is working through me? And can't you see that there have been signs and wonders? Isn't that the proof that I'm a prophet of Yahweh, a prophet of Adonai? And so it's okay if we do these things, because this is how we be nice to our neighbors. This is how we show that we're tolerant. This is how we show that we're open-minded, loving, and caring. You see how seductive that is? Yeah. And it's interesting what God said. Take that so-called prophet out and kill them. He said, that's how you get rid of the wickedness in your community. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. And here today in our Christian environment here in the United States where I live, I see all kinds of preachers and preacherettes on all kinds of social media and YouTube and other kind of channels and television and so forth. Man, they're slick. They're good. And, they perform healings and miracles. But if you listen to their doctrine and their teaching, they are completely opposite of what the Bible says. Don't listen to them. Get rid of them. Stop listening to them. Ignore them. Don't even give them a viewership. Go away from them. I could name quite a few, but I'm not going to right now. Maybe if you catch me privately, I might. If your brother, the son of your mother, or your son, or your daughter, or your wife, whom you love, or your friend, who means as much to you as yourself, secretly tries to entice you to go and serve other gods, which you haven't known, neither you nor your ancestors, gods of the peoples surrounding you, whether near or far away from you, anywhere in the world, you are not to consent, and you are not to listen to him, and you must not pity him or spare him, and you may not conceal him. Rather, you must kill him. Your own hand must be the first one on him in putting him to death, and afterwards the hands of all the people. You are to stone him to death, because he has tried to draw you away from Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of a life of slavery. Then all Israel will hear about it and be afraid, so that they will stop doing such wickedness as this among themselves. That's some hard stuff to hear, admittedly. That's difficult to hear. You might be required to kill your own child, your own spouse, your own parent, your closest friend, your relatives. It's not an easy thing to hear. Not an easy thing to do. It is never to be taken lightly. You can't just read this stuff and not pause and consider what a dilemma, what a horrible place to be to have that going on. Can't even begin to imagine. All right, next verse. If you hear it told that in one of your cities, which Adonai is giving you to live in, certain scoundrels have sprung up among you and have drawn away the inhabitants of their city by saying, let's go and serve other gods, which you haven't known, then you are to investigate the matter, inquiring and searching diligently, and if the rumor is true, if it is confirmed that such detestable things are being done among you, you must put the inhabitants of that city to death with the sword, destroying it completely with the sword, everything in it, including its livestock. Heap all its spoils in an open space and burn the city with its spoils to the ground for Adonai your God. It will remain a tel, a T-E-L, forever. Tel means hill. It will remain a mound, a hill, forever and not be built again. None of what has been set apart for destruction is to stay in your hands. Then Adonai will turn from his fierce anger and show you mercy, have compassion on you, and increase your numbers, as he swore to your ancestors, provided you listen to what Adonai says and obey all his mitzvot that I'm giving you today, thus doing what Adonai your God sees is right. Difficult to hear, isn't it? But again, remember, obedience is added to fertility, good things in the land. When you disobey God, your land is in drought. You have famine. You have pestilence. You may even have enemies come and capture you. But what happens when you turn and obey? Good things happen. That's what he says. All right. Thanks for joining me.